What's going on? We back with the Boston Clinic and more. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. One time for the one time we grinding. What up, though? You know what it is, man. Don't forget to subscribe, share the video, hit the bell icon. Also, don't forget we got a new podcast we relaunching. Already some content on there I done way back before. Recommitting the podcast for new content, real raw stuff we can't talk about on YouTube. Eventually I want to replace going live with the podcast for the most part and drop at least one podcast a day of real raw, real life sports talk. So make sure you check the description, go over to Castbox, download that. It's free 99 in the Android, in the Apple Store as well. And you catch some of that heat. I'm be having guest appearances. Well, guest appearances on there as well with different YouTubers and stuff of that nature. So make sure it'll be the Boston Clinic raw live like you never heard it before. All right. Oleksandr Usyk, is possibly wanting to go to heavyweight. They called out Tony Bellew, and I think that's a perfect heavyweight fight for him. That he could dominate Bellew, but also he can make those tweaks and those adjustments he needs to make moving up to heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? Bellew ain't a real heavyweight. We know Bellew's been dog walked by Donna Stevenson, and he's a domestic UK fighter. You know, he's just a guy that just got David Price at the right time and beat BJ Flores for a title, WBC Cruiserweight title. So I like that fight for Usyk next at heavyweight. It's a good tune-up. You know, that's what Tony Bellew is. Good tune-up, good payday for Oleksandr Usyk, all right? But, he go to heavyweight. He going to have to make some adjustments. That style that he's currently fighting at Cruiserweight versus upper echelon heavyweight, which it ain't too many upper echelon heavyweights, all right? It's going to get his cat peeled, going to get his muffin pushed back, all right? You can't go up to heavyweight with arm punches, man. I know him and Murat Gasly is about 6'3". Joshua was 6'5", 6'4", 6'6", somewhere in there. Povetkin 6'2". We talk about that in a minute, but he gonna change that style, man. He got to sit down his punches, or like somebody else said when we went live earlier, he had to come up with an ambush style, man. Seriously, man, he's going to come up with a different style because he got to generate power and generate respect. Now, if he's going to go up there, he wants to box more. He still want to throw the iron punches. Well, he's going to have to be, he going to stop throwing so many combinations. He got to start picking his shots and being a little bit judicious with his spots, with his shots and get his hands back home. Get a little bit more head movement going. Work off the jab and outpoint them heavyweights. He got the stamina to outpoint the heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? Work up and down, with the heavyweights to the body, to the head, frustrated with movement and be able to, hold on the inside. He can outbox a lot of heavyweights, if he just makes adjustments to his style. He don't have to make major adjustments, he got to pick a style and stick with it. But that style that he's doing at cruiserweight is going to get his cat peeled back, man. He gonna get beat up with that style. All them arm punches. Dudes is about 4 or 5 inches taller than him. So you got to box more, use his lateral movement, and pick his shots. You got to sit down and get some respect, because if you don't get no respect from the heavyweights, trust and believe me, that movement that he doing, some heavyweight that's longer, taller is going to be able to touch him, from afar, unlike Murat Gasly didn't do. You know what I'm saying? This heavyweight's way more agile, quicker, faster, stronger, and that's gonna be able to touch him. So he got to, change that style, man. If you're gonna be a mover, but pick your shots wisely. Because if he get touched, he got hurt by Gasly, and Gasly has a reputation for a big puncher. But you know what I'm saying? He gonna just change that style, man. I just can't. Man, I would have to do film study to really show you guys. If I can put the film out here and show you guys where he goes wrong at. But arm punches won't work, rolling out to his right all the time won't work. Somebody gonna pick up on that and stop him, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's what he wanted to do. I heard he had a successful sparring match against Wladimir Klitschko. That's sparring. I take that for a grain of salt. But Tony Bellew, and also per WBO rules, he can move up and be Anthony Joshua's mandatory. Because if you hold a WBO belt at a weight class lower and you moving up, you automatically become the mandatory. That's how Terry Flanagan became the mandatory challenger for the vacant WBO. Also, he could fight Tony Bellew, and if Povetkin, if Povetkin beats Anthony Joshua, you know, why not go back to Russia and try to beat up on Oleksandr Povetkin? You know, instantly get 3 belts. Russia already knows Oleksandr Usyk. You know, they already know him. He fought over there. He ran a Russian up out the ring today. And Murat Gasvier, who should be ashamed his performance, and Abel Sanchez should be more ashamed than his game plan, his adjustments in the corner. That's another story for another. That's another video. It's probably gonna come. All right, so be on the lookout for that. But you know, if Povetkin win and he knock out Joshua and Joshua don't want it, why not do Povetkin and Usyk? And then Usyk, if he beats Povetkin, you know, Povetkin's an older fighter. You know, you can fight with Deontay Wilder. Makes sense, right? You know, makes sense. But right now he get Tony Bellew, you know, and then he could be, you know, he can just, you know, ask the WBA, let me be the mandatory for Joshua. He can fight Tony Bellew towards the end of the year. And next year he can come back and beat Joshua's mandatory. You know, in the fall, you want to get one more fight in with other than Tony Bellew, a couple more fights and he could be the mandatory. So you could get Joshua, you know, versus Usyk. You can get Povetkin, or Povetkin versus Usyk. You get Bellew first. He can take a fight in the spring if Joshua not ready for him, and then, you know, possibly take the loser of Povetkin. I'm not Povetkin, but probably he can take Povetkin if he loses, or he can take the loser of Joseph Parker, Dillian White. It's a lot of options, you know. It's a lot of options. Excuse me, with that loud car driving my house. It's a lot of options for Usyk, man. And the heavyweight division needs more talent in there. He's definitely, I think, even with the style that he fights, I think he beats, you know, 10-5, the top 10-5 heavyweights. I think when you get inside 10, it gets a little bit murky, you know what I'm saying, for him. You know, I think he could beat a lot of guys, you know. I think he could beat a lot of guys in the second tier, the Dillian Whites, the Povetkins, the Big Baby, Dillian White, the Parker, the you know, the Big Baby Miller stuff. He can compete with them guys. I'm not 100% sure he would sweep the floor with him until I see him beat like Bellew. But anybody under that, he could beat him. Only guys I think that'll challenge him is like Ortiz, Wilder, you know, possibly Joshua. I think he can get Joshua as well. And Fury and guys of that nature. Tyson Fury, Povetkin, those would be the tier 1 tougher opponents. But don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Links in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to our new podcast on Castbox. I mean, it's an amazing app for podcasters. And a lot of different things on there is free. So y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to us on there. The links in the description. It's the Boxing Clinic and more on there. So, you know, we're going to drop. I'm about to link up with somebody to do a podcast right now. It's going to be heat. It's going to be real raw stuff. I'm going to have guys coming on that want to be featured on. So, you know, it's going to be good talk, man. I'll let you guys know when I drop it. Make sure you follow us on social media. All the links in the description so you know when we drop it. We're going to be announcing it on there when it's fire and where to find it at. So appreciate to all the brothers. Shout out to the LDBC. And don't forget to share the video, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you know we go live and drop that heat. We gone.